Namaste. This is Dr. Samarth Rao. I am practicing Ayurvedic physician at Amrita Ayurvedic Center in Baswangudi. This episode, we are going to talk about all the foods that you should not consume, all the activities that you should not do if you have a bone injury or a fracture or a joint dislocation, or you're in rehab, you're in recovery, you have injured your joints, you have injured your bones. So what is good and what is bad? But basically this session I'll explain you all the don'ts in food that you should not consume, which is going to stop the healing of your injured bones, ligaments and tendons. Ayurveda in Vaishajya Ratnavali, it's a 16th century textbook, which has stated that the following foods should not be consumed if you are having a bone injury. The first one is excessively consuming salt. Salt is lavana rasa, it is one of the tastes, and consuming excess salt causes more of an obstacle towards the healing of the ligaments and the tendons and the bones. Consuming salt in various kinds of foods, having too many salty crisps, salty soups and salty eatables can restrict that process of healing of the damaged bones. The next item is something that is very spicy. So, in general, Ayurveda says you should refrain from consuming lavana, amla and katu ahara rasas. So, you should not consume too much of spicy foods and also too much of sour foods. The taste of salt, spicy or pungent, and sour taste tends to cause a prevention of the bones and the joints to heal quickly. So that is the reason Ayurveda stresses. So to brief up, it's don't have all the different kinds of chats like pani puri, bel puri, and too much of masala in your food, especially if you're having a fracture in your bone. Please avoid salt, pungent and sour taste. The other important thing is, for the bones to heal, you should not expose yourself to the sun for an extended period of time. Ayurveda says this. Now, of course, vitamin D is very important for your bone health. But during an injury, spending too much time out in the sun can cause dryness in your body and can cause dryness even in the joints in your body, thus preventing a quick healing of injuries. General runners and people who do high intensity exercises have small microfractures now and then when they hit their bodies with force. So in a situation like this, what happens is that though there is no complete fracture happening there, there could be a bone bruise. So you tend to have a area of pain where your body pains would be there, and in conditions like this, it's very important that you do not do long walks and exercises out in the sun, and you don't expose yourself out in the sun. The other very important thing that you should avoid doing is all kinds of physical exercises. Physical exercises should be avoided, especially when you have an injured bone, whether it is a fracture in your ankle, fracture in your leg, hands, wherever. Sometimes, traumas and injuries can happen in all ways. You could get crushed when you fall from a height, or, for people, especially above 50 years, falls prevention is something that we all propagate, especially after 50 or 60. Your bones are brittle, go and get your bone density test. So when you have some kind of a hip fracture or a knee fracture, you're rehabbing yourself, take rest. Do not do excess of physical activity. Another last item that Ayurveda says you need to avoid is dry foods. When you consume dry foods, it causes dryness in your body, which will prevent quick healing of the bones. So do not eat dry foods, do not eat salty, spicy and sour eatables when you have fractures or you want your joints to recoup very well. Avoid this. So in the next episode, I'm going to talk to you about all the different foods that you can consume to support your bone health. So till then, thank you very much. Namaste.